Hello, friends. Welcome to another Manic Bloom Monday. This week, I thought I would talk a little bit about Manic Bloom and the influences that I see in Manic Bloom and how they have evolved through the years from point A to where we are now. I think I've said before that I think Muse is definitely a big influence on the band. They do call their sound epic melodic rock, which I definitely would concur on the Muse front. And Muse definitely has roots in two other bands, I would say. On the theatrical side, I would say Queen. And in their early days, I saw them as kind of proteges of Radiohead. Radiohead in the mid 90s, their sound was very different than it evolved into. And the CD, The Bends, ended up actually being my favorite CD of the 90s. And the song itself, The Bends, is an amazing song in my top 10 or 20 of all time. And Queen, was an early favorite of mine. So the Queen story is when I was a freshman in high school, I was out with my friend Patrick, and we went to a record store. We were on our bikes, and I bought A Night at the Opera, and we took it back to his house to listen to it, and it was just such a great experience. I mean, that album is just all over the map. But the first song on the album, Death on Two Legs, is this just amazing, blast, and it shows you, the theatrics that Queen loved to do. Um, so that song's always been very, very dear to me. So on this edition, I have put a song from each of those bands. I did Maps of the Problematic by Muse. I did The Bends by Radiohead and Death on Two Legs by Queen. Just to show you kind of those influences and how I see that they developed into part of the sound that Manic Bloom possesses. I put two Manic Bloom songs on this week. The first one is Death and Conversation, because that one really, I think, is the essence of those influences, especially the Muse influence. And then the other one is off the latest CD called The Answer. And the reason I put that one on, and I was only going to do one song because I usually only would do one song, but we had friends over this weekend, and as often happens, if I have music playing, which I always do, and someone asks me about a song, of course, I love exposing people to new music. And my friend Colleen, who knows the band and likes the band, had heard that song on stereo, and she asked about it. She didn't know it was Manic Bloom, so she was kind of shocked that it was. I don't know if shocked is the right word, um, but she definitely was, impressed in that she felt like it had a harder edge to it, and she has those moments, especially coming home from work, where she wants to hear some really, raging music and to get that, all that out of her that she went through all day long. So, another song for her to put into that repertoire, which is great. The other thing that I put on here after the music, since David Joel Stevenson is an actor as well and a writer, he has he's in a web series called Less Than Super, and there are a bunch of videos about the characters, behind the scenes stuff, and then there is a first episode that they put together. So I put his little, synopsis of his character on there, and then the first episode as well. So you can check that out. And, hopefully you'll follow that and have some fun with it. Hope you have a great day and enjoy.